Hey, what's up, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of
Seeking Spirits.
Nick, tell them where we are today.
We are in the most haunted town in America.
We're in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I have chills literally
Just saying
already. Yep.
Okay, well, let's give you guys a little bit of a lowdown. So this is going to be a little different.
It is.
We're going to try a little something new just because of the way we're filming these and stuff, the amount of time we have. This is kind of going to be like a mini series.
Yeah.
So the format is going to be, it might change a little bit because we have a lot of moving parts here, which we'll explain. This is the intro podcast to the series.
Yes.
We are going to, originally, we were going to investigate 3 locations tonight.
Yes.
Now, why we're going to kind of do it in mini-series fashion is usually we spend about 8 hours in these places.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight, we're going to have about an hour and a half in each.
Yep.
So
they're a little smaller, though.
They are a little smaller, so it should be okay. But, ghost hunting doesn't happen on demand.
It does not.
So there is a chance we go into one of these and nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
So exactly how many episodes, we're not 100% sure.
But we think, hopefully,
at least 6 locations.
We're hoping, technically we have 7 locations booked because we're actually sitting in one right now.
Well, here, let me kind of do the layout and then I'll explain where we are.
Okay.
Okay. So the number of investigation videos could change depending on what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But as of now, we're going to do this pre-podcast here where we're going to kind of recap our day so far in Gettysburg, what we have planned.
Yes.
Tonight, we originally were supposed to do 3 locations. Let me pull them up because we have so much information that we're literally on the fly.
Our ADHD brains cannot handle it.
So tonight we're going to somewhere called the Reynolds Death House.
Mm-hmm.
Then we are going to a haunted apartment on the main street of Gettysburg, Baltimore Street. And then we're going to a haunted objects museum.
That one I'm really nervous for. We actually went in there earlier and he'll touch on that, but I walked by the stairs in that and immediately got the ick.
Yeah, no, that place is probably this place I'm the most scared of.
I'm getting the ick from that closet.
So that's what we came into this day planning. And then what we were going to do is tomorrow before our investigations, we were kind of just going to do like a little bit of a recap podcast of the first night, how we're feeling, our vibe check.
Yep.
Any other things, we had happened to us walking around town. Everywhere we've been, people have been telling us ghost stories.
Yes.
And then the original plan was tomorrow we do 3 more locations.
Yes.
And that one is, there's the abandoned battlefield farmhouse, the McCurdy schoolhouse, and somewhere called the murder house. And then we were going to wrap it all up at the end and kind of give the vibe on the whole trip. So we're going to we're going to do a check-in. We're going to do an intro, a check-in in the middle, and a wrap-up. And hopefully every location will have at least a 10 to 30-minute video, kind of depending on what happens. If nothing happens at all, we may cut one. We're kind of on the fly. But crazy enough, by luck, so we get into Gettysburg very early.
Yes.
Like hours before our thing. We're walking down the street. We stumble into a gift shop that we thought looked cool.
Yes.
Didn't even know what it was. And it happened to be one of the most haunted buildings in all of Gettysburg, the Farnsworth House Inn.
Maybe in the entire United States.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? It's one of the most infamous, places of the Civil War.
It is. And we're going to touch on why that is in just a second. So we stumble into a gift shop, not even knowing where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Meet somebody named Eddie. They're amazing. And they were telling us all about their experiences. It's actually where a sharpshooter, the only civilian to pass away in the Civil War or in the Battle of Gettysburg was Jenny Wade.
I don't know why I said Civil War.
I don't know either. We're scrambled, dude. We just came straight from Penhurst Paracon. We're like all over the place, barely any sleep, all on the road. But right down the street, we're not going to Jenny Wade's house because that's all booked up. We do want to come back and do Jenny Wade's house. But they were telling us all about it. The Farnsworth House Inn is actually where they got shot from.
Yes.
In the attic above us, right above us.
Yes, literally right above us.
Last minute, since they were telling us about all these cool things and we realized where we were, we said, you know what? We're going to book a room at the Farnsworth House Inn. So that's where we are right now.
Yeah, because we asked, we're like, do you have any rooms available? And they were like, yup.
Yep. So we were like, let's do it.
Yeah.
So because we didn't have a place to film the podcast, we were kind of doing it on the fly. So we're like, perfect, let's go up here. So what we're actually going to do is film the podcast in here now.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably going to do a little bit of investigating and in here as well after the podcast, which could make its own video.
It could.
And also, we have the room the whole night. So we're going to go to those 3 locations at 8, and we end those at 1, and we'll probably come back here and probably live stream for a little bit and also investigate.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I felt the need. By the way, Gare Bear the Scare Bear has he has not gone off yet. We haven't gotten anything to touch it. Although here they do have an infamous. She said they have 2 children.
We're drawing blanks on names, but
I think it was like Jeffrey or something, and then Sissy. Is what
I think something like that. I don't know. We have ADHD squirrel brains, and we apologize, Eddie, for not remembering what you told us.
Yes, I'm sorry.
But they were amazing. Honestly, next time we come back, we're actually probably going to do a podcast with them because they had awesome stories. They've been working here for a while, and like crazy stuff's already happened to them. Yeah. So we will be talking to them. We look forward to that. We'll probably do that whenever we decide to come back to the Jenny Wade house.
For sure.
So, and there's also like a haunted orphanage here that we have to do. We're coming back.
This is the craziest city.
It's the most haunted town in America. Like, I'm convinced of it.
Yeah, after you can tell just walking up and down the streets.
Dude, everywhere looks haunted. Every store we went into, people were talking about like experiences and stuff when we asked them. So yeah, it's just crazy, dude. Our brains scrambled eggs because of all this, but like we're so excited. It's gonna be so fun.
It is gonna be fun. And we have just very like loose expectations because we don't know that much.
We don't. Well, the thing about here is the whole town's haunted because when the battle happened, basically everywhere turned into a field hospital.
Yes.
Because it was just like a massacre. Anywhere between 46,000 and 51,000 soldiers that might have been casualties here.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's crazy. A lot of times they didn't know where they were buried and stuff. One of the guys in the Haunted Object Museum was telling us about how there's a football field, a local high school football field that was literally a mass grave. And they just put a football field over it.
Yeah.
What the heck? Dude.
There's not a corner of this town. Like, he literally told us, don't even take a rock home because you have no idea what's attached to it. And I was like,
okay.
I wasn't planning on it, but I definitely won't be.
We ain't touching nothing.
I will literally wipe the dirt off my shoes before we get in the car to go back home. Like, that is it. This, you can feel the thickness in the air when you get here.
You can.
It's crazy.
It's kind of wild, dude.
I'm kind of like stunned, honestly.
I am. Like, I'm a little disoriented because of all of it. Because it's just like, whoa, there's haunted. Oh, there's haunted. Oh, here's haunted. But it's like I said, it's because everywhere kind of turned into a field hospital.
Right.
Now, we do have a little bit more information on this place because they came in and like showed us around, like just showed us some hot spots and stuff like that. Like, there's a crazy, crazy cellar here. We can't go into it because they're running tours today, but it actually has a door in it that was sealed by Lorraine Warren and that was instructed to not be opened because there was something dark inside.
Yeah. And they told us about
what was happening down there. Yeah.
And essentially the dining room, which we're potentially, it depends on how long we're staying here. We have absolutely no idea.
On the fly.
We do have breakfast booked at 8 a.m. in the dining room that used to be the field surgery
room. And she said that they drilled holes in the floor to let the blood drain down.
Because there was so much of it.
There was so much blood. They didn't want to be standing in inches of blood. So they drilled holes in the wall and it would drip into the cellar where they had people.
They had forced the owner and the occupants of the house.
Mostly children. To
go down into that cellar for, I suppose, safety.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everywhere here was it was pandemonium. It was a war.
Yeah.
So nowhere was safe. That was the safest place they could go, was down there. So they had to stay down there until it was over.
But if they drilled holes in the floor right above it, you can only imagine what was happening to the things that they wanted to not be standing in. And I don't.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of the cellar. It doesn't look very large. So as I can imagine,
it probably got weird down there quick.
Yeah, I don't think there was much escaping it.
No,
unfortunately.
No.
So a lot of people passed away down there because of that. So just a super dark history down there.
Yeah. She was saying they were saying that also that That's where they stored the bodies when they would pass away because
because it was like cooler down there.
It was cooler
so
down there. It was the only
slower
place. Yeah.
decomposition.
No air conditioning in that day.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, on a little bit of a lighter note, there's apparently a ghost cat here.
Yes.
Dude, if I see a ghost cat, I'm gonna cry with joy.
And they said I was like, I'm allergic to cats, but I would really want to snuggle one. And they were like, we've had people who are like allergic to cats, even though there's not one here, literally get like allergic reactions.
Yeah.
As I say that, I swear to God, I'm about to sneeze.
That's so weird.
I'm like trying really hard not to.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So to be honest, other than here, because we got like a tour, semi-tour, as that we were shown to our room and stuff like that. Honestly, shout out Eddie, amazing. Like when we come back, we're probably like going to do a full-on podcast with them. Like I said, they're just so chill. We like they're the first person that's ever going to have a tie-dye Seeking Spirit shirt because we wanted to give them something, but we ran out of stuff from Paracon, so I just ordered them one. I was like, you need to have this. So, but other than that, like we don't know a super ton about the other locations we're going to. There has been like, I've only seen one YouTuber kind of go on this kind of trip that we're doing, this like kind of roundabout of the 6 locations we initially booked. It's Colin from the Paranormal Files. Shout out Colin.
Yeah, and he had something pretty dark happen. Did you feel that?
I think I think someone shut their door. There is other occupants in here. This is an inn.
That really scared me. It shook the bed.
Yeah, well, their doors are old and stuff like that. Stuff slams. I heard a couple of doors slam, and then also there's cars driving by, casting shadows and stuff. So yeah, so it's kind of tough because it is occupied, but we are going to do our best to try and see what goes down in here.
I'm on guard right now.
On guard.
That guy's staring at me in that painting.
Oh wow. But so Colin has been here. He had some pretty interesting activity at a bunch of places. Specifically had some kind of like darker stuff happen at the Haunted Objects Museum,
which is our last stop.
The last stop of this evening. Well, kind of, because then we're going to come back here.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I don't want to touch into that too much. I don't want to speak anything into existence. But you can watch Colin's video on that. I also don't want to spoil Colin's video. Like he works really hard on his content. So if you guys want to go check out the Paranormal Files, he drops a full-length documentaries every week. So really cool stuff. But yeah, they had some interesting stuff. I will say, like I believe the guy he works with got scratched. Yeah. Yeah, and they kind of felt like someone might have followed them, stuff like that. So we're going to be very cautious there. When we talked to the owners and stuff, they were like, just don't touch any objects.
Yep, don't
which
touch anything.
We're not going to touch a single object. Like, we're going to sit in the middle of the freaking room.
Hands in your pocket rule there.
Yeah, hands at your side while you're on this ride. That's what we're going to that's the motto we're going to live by during that investigation.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, this is just nuts. Like, there's a bunch of places we haven't even got to like look at or visit. Like, we tried to go by the Jenny Wade house. It was closed, unfortunately. We just wanted to go in the gift shop and just kind of vibe it out. Closed because they have so many tours, dude. Like, there's tours for this. Like, they have tours with 350 people and stuff sometimes from this. So, there's Saks Covered Bridge, which we aren't going to get to, which is like really haunted. Just a ton of stuff. The Devil's Den, which is closed right now.
Yeah.
But this is just so cool, guys. Like,
everywhere you turn.
Every single place you turn. It's nuts.
It is. I don't even know how we're going to do it. Like,
I don't either.
I think this is probably going to be, as I'm saying this, I'm getting like full body chills. And we turned off the AC and it's hot out today.
It is, yeah. So for sound purposes.
I have a feeling that something is about to like change our lives. And I don't say that lightly.
Yeah, she's been saying that all weekend, though. Like, we've been having, honestly, though, it's been more of a positive change our life thing.
Yeah, like, I don't get a pit in my stomach when I say that, but I think it probably, that doesn't mean it won't scare us, though.
Oh, it probably will, but I think you more mean, like, something that's kind of, like, really sick evidence that's kind of going to be something that people are going to want to watch, which is going to help us out a lot and kind of propel us, which is, we've been working so hard. Like, dude, we've been grinding so hard at this. Like, we want to thank everyone who's supporting us, too.
Yes,
like, we've come so far already, dude. Our first video dropped in January. Right now, we're in May. It's May 22nd. We have 1,237 subscribers last time we checked this morning. We started with 24 on our first podcast.
Yeah.
Less than a year, we already hit 1,000. So you guys are killing it.
Less than 6 months.
Yeah, less than 6 months. Yeah, you guys are absolutely killing it. So we really appreciate this. So this has been crazy.
Also, we just found out yesterday was Jenny Wade's birthday.
Yeah, which is crazy. So one thing I do know, I forgot to mention this, the Haunted Objects Museum is Jenny Wade's birth house. So she was born in this house. So that is the only civilian casualty of Gettysburg. And she's like world renowned for that, because not a single other civilian casualty happened besides her. She, from right above us, a sharpshooter shot a bullet. It went through her door and hit her while she was cooking dinner.
It was actually, I think one of them said it was her brother's house.
Yeah, she was at like her brother or sister's house, something like that. Yeah. I'm not sure where she actually lived at the time.
I think she actually lived down at the Haunted Objects Museum.
Possibly. I know that's where she was at least born. So, sorry, like we said, we don't have a ton
They're like
of
right down the street from each other, though.
That's the thing, too. That's the interesting thing about this. If you ever go watch, I'm actually pretty sure that Kindred Spirits might have been here.
Oh, really?
I just didn't prep for it because we didn't know we'd be here.
Yeah,
so I didn't watch that episode and get, like a little outline for that.
Yeah.
But there is also like a lot of instances of entities or spirits that travel from location to location here, because while a lot of these buildings are super old and stuff, some of them are newer and built on top of just the grounds, and these spirits are haunting the grounds of Gettysburg. That's why it's the most haunted.
Where the battle was taking place.
Because the battle took place here, and that's why it's the most haunted town in America.
Yes.
So many casualties, so much energy. It's intense.
It is.
So who knows? We might encounter like one of those entities that there's like if I remember, there was a shadow on an it was SLS camera. Amy, they saw it 2 times. They came here earlier a couple seasons earlier, and they were in the basement, and someone next to her on the SLS showed up, and she reached out and she said, "Can you touch my hand?" And Adam was like, "He's right next to you." And she was like, "I can feel him touching my hand. I can feel it touching my hand." And then they came back to another location. I'm not sure if it was here or another place. And it wasn't the same location, but it was the same thing happened. Whoever was touching Amy's hand on that SLS camera traveled from one location to another. And I'm pretty sure they got confirmation on a DR60 that said that he did.
Okay.
So there's definitely entities that travel around here. Didn't someone mention an elemental somewhere?
In the Haunted Objects Museum.
So there may be an elemental in the Haunted Objects Museum. We're not too familiar with elementals. I don't think we've ever encountered anything like that.
We've never even talked about it because it's not even something that
we really want to encounter.
Yeah. I mean,
we're kind of a human spirit girlies.
Yeah. So do you want to tell them what an elemental is, just in case?
I don't really know too much about them, to be honest, but like my tiny brain, squirrel brain understanding of it is it's something like between a human spirit and a D word that I don't like to utter.
Like something that would never have been human.
Like some type of like earth. I think it's like an earth elemental. It's like some type of like
energy from the earth.
Yes.
Technically.
Exactly. So,
but may have not been human. We don't really know.
Honestly, we need to learn more about
scary.
That. It's the word just scares the shit out of me, to be honest with you.
Oh my gosh.
But apparently I have heard that like elementals are a little bit more aggressive, maybe not like hurt you aggressive, but like scare you aggressive. Like they definitely have more energy and probably capability than a human spirit, but they're not like a D word.
Right.
Okay, so it's not, and I'm sure people probably mistake them for D words all the time.
Yeah.
Would be my guess, because if they like to scare people,
Understandably.
Yes. But we hope we don't encounter that.
Yeah.
But we only come with peace and love anyway, and everyone knows that, and we preach that everywhere we go, and you kind of get what you give. So I think we're going to be
most
okay.
Of the time.
I think we'll be okay tonight. And but yeah, dude, this is intense. We're just on edge about this in general because we don't know a lot, and I think anytime
Dustin's not here,
and Dustin's not here tonight. We forgot to mention that. Last time we didn't have Dustin is this coming out before USS North Carolina?
I have no idea.
Honestly, we're not quite sure what our video schedule is, but we did do one investigation without Dustin.
And it was terrifying.
And it was probably one of the scarier times we've had.
Yeah, because Dustin walks around with the energy of...
He's just so positive and like...
He is, and he doesn't really let things bother him.
No, he's like unshakably positive.
And that helps kind of bring like a force field of goodness around us. He makes us I mean, this is just me being his wife. He just makes everybody that he encounters feel great about themselves.
I agree.
And he is a positive light. Like, his light is so bright that, like, it helps us not be as scared.
Yeah.
Or on edge, because he's also, like, he's not like a alpha man or like a big macho man.
No.
But if something but if something goes down, he will go into that mode and be like, everybody get down. Yeah. I'm going to go take him on. Like when we went to Selma and he thought, he was like, stay back. I'm going to go check if there's anybody by the cars. He's like ready to like literally always lay it all down for everybody.
Yeah.
And, not that I would want him to do that, to be very clear, Dustin.
Dustino, Crustino, Bread's in the chat.
Yeah, Bread's in the comments for Crustin. When something scary happens, he's the only one with a level head.
Yeah.
Generally.
Definitely. And he was thinking about coming tomorrow for our second wing, but he's super sick, dude.
Yeah.
We wore him thin at Paracon. He was helping us so much. He is an absolute legend. So yeah, but yeah, I'm not sure when this is airing. Our schedule is all crazy. We have so many videos we filmed. I have to edit so much. We have so much more. We have even crazier shit happening at the end of this year. We have planned. Wait until you guys, dude,
I'm not
subscribe.
When you guys see the title of that podcast, you're gonna be like, "Are you okay?"
We don't want to spoil anything.
Who knows if we'll even get the podcast up, because I don't even know what's gonna happen there.
Yeah, I don't know. All I'm gonna say is, the location that we booked is for our Halloween special. So it's a banger. Okay. We picked somewhere insanely spooky because it's going to air on Halloween.
Yep.
So make sure you're subscribed and make sure you click that notification bell, because you're not going to want to miss that. You're not going to want to miss any of these videos. Dude, we have so much crazy content.
It just keeps getting better.
It does. Like we're going so hard. We're dumping so much money, time, and effort into this. We're taking it super seriously. So yeah, make sure you stick around, because you're gonna love what you see.
Yeah, I think that we should wrap it up, because I feel like the next 6 hours
are gonna be intense.
Are gonna feel like
2 minutes. Yeah. So we're gonna do our best to make these into really cool, interesting videos for you guys. Like I said, we're going to be kind of flexible with it. So don't hold us to how many episodes I said or whatever. But this mini series is going to be it's going to be probably like 6, 7, 8, 9 episods as far as podcasts and investigations go.
They won't be quite as long.
They won't be. And it's understandable, because we just don't have as much time. So, and we kind of messing with format too, to see if people like it more. Sometimes people don't want to watch entire hour long. Some people do. So we're testing the waters a little bit, because it's kind of how we have to do this one, because of what we have.
Right.
So give us feedback in the comments after you watch the series and stuff. Tell us how you like it. Tell us if you prefer longer videos, if you prefer shorter, if you want us to go in between.
Yeah.
We're open to all the feedback. But yeah, this is going to be the Gettysburg mini series, and it starts tonight. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
And here we go. Ghosts of Gettysburg.
Ghosts of Gettysburg.
All right. Well, that's it for us today, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Oh, we can reach down there and hit that. Can you hear me?
I had to just had to put it down a little because your big ass head.